Do you want to learn how to wade fish for trout and redfish faster than everyone else? With over 30 years of wade fishing experience, I've discovered the tips and techniques and strategies that truly make a difference. In this video, I'm going to share at least 5 game-changing strategies to help you catch more fish. Stay efficient and enjoy every moment out there on the water. Let's dive in and take your wade fishing skills to that next level.
We're going to talk about some jig heads and how I like to rig up my favorite Z-Man trout trick bait. First thing is, I always use these screw lock jig heads to hold the soft plastic on there a lot better. Used to have these, you know, kind of T stops there on those jig heads. I've gotten rid of all of those kind of jig heads in my tackle box. I actually had to dig this one out to show as an example for this video. So I only buy the screw locks. They hold on there a lot better. So this Z-Man trout trick bait, number one reason I use this now, it's my favorite bait, is when you get pinfish, hard heads or other things that are hitting it, this tail survives a long time. I've caught over 100 fish on one of these soft plastics on multiple days. I've used one bait for 2 days down at the coast and caught everything on that one bait. You see how stretchy they are? They don't fall apart. This elastic material is awesome. When I rig them up, pull them through the top of the bait, put it on maybe about an inch down, pull it back up through, and then look to see how the screw is threaded. And you're going to want to screw that onto that thread and spin the tail around the hook until it's all the way up at the jig head, like so. And then you get some of this Loctite super glue. Keep this in your tackle box to secure your soft plastics to the jig heads. So just put a little dab between the soft plastic and the jig head there. This gel, you can control how much you put in there, and it works really good. This jig head I'd actually used before, and I had to go in and cut off a little of the leftover glue on it. But that's set up now. That is the money. That will catch you a lot of fish in one day, that little setup. So the next thing I always carry with me when I'm wade fishing is this Procure mullet that I then put onto that soft plastic. So just dab a little bit of it on. These little 2-ounce bottles are great to carry in your pocket. They sell 8-ounce bottles, so you can refill these, and they're a little bit more economical to buy those 8-ounce bottles. Next, how do I put my jig head onto a line is I use a loop knot to give that jig a little bit more action. So you start off by tying an overhand knot in the line, taking the line back through the jig head eye there, pull the line back through that loop knot, and then bring the tag end up over the top of the knot and do 3 twists, and then pull that tag end back through the overhand knot. Grab it with your teeth, pull that tight. So now that jig head, and this is a 32nd ounce jig head, so it's real light, and these Z-Man baits, they float. So when this thing goes down, it slowly goes down through the water column, and most of the hits I get are when that jig is falling down through the water column, and that tail will stand up in the water and they'll come down and hit it. But using the loop knot gives the bait a little bit more action on the line versus tying it directly onto the end of it. So something to try. Let's talk about stringers. versus weight baskets and what you do with some of your keeper fish. So now in Texas, the trout limit is 15 inches to 20 inches. So anything over 20 inches, you've got to release that fish back into the water. So you go catch a 19 and 3/4 inch trout, and you take it up and you put it on your rod ruler, and it measures just under 20 inches. Okay, so you think you've got a keeper trout. So now, you stick this pointer thing on a stringer, stick it through his gill, put it on the stringer, and then you wade back to the boat and you lay it on the board, and it's 20 1/4. It's not real good to go stick a hole in a trout and then go release it. So I've pretty much gone exclusively to fish baskets. So this is a homemade one. You just take a pool noodle, some zip ties, and a laundry bag, and tie that rope onto your weight belt, and this is what you put your fish in. So when you get back to the boat, you've got that close fish, you put it on the measuring board, and it's over 20 inches. You can release it back into the water without sticking any holes into it. The other thing that these are good for, over the last X number of years, the number of sharks have been increasing. We've been seeing a lot more sharks where we've been wade fishing, and sharks will not go into this wade basket and get your fish. We have had them take them off stringers before. Both porpoise, dolphins will go after those fish on a stringer. Yet to have them go after fish in a fish basket. So I'm encouraging all the people that fish on my boat from now on going forward, make you one of these cheap little fish baskets. They do sell commercially ones. I'll put a link into one that some of the guys on my boat that have fished with me before have gotten. They're a little bit bigger and bulkier. That's why I prefer people bring these, because they're not as big on the boat. So, tip of the day. See if we can pick up a stingray here on the shallow water. There's 2 of them in the water. So you always want to make sure you're shuffling your feet when you're out here wading. You don't step on one. That'll ruin your day. There's a good shot of a stingray there. Oh, he's turning around looking at me, huh? Got a fish.
So I hope you learned a couple new things. Please subscribe to see more of my future videos. If you want to learn more today, watch this video for 10 more wade fishing tips, or this one on how to remove a wind knot.
Inside the reef here.